Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Saturday, January 31st of 2026. I can't believe it's been like over a month since Christmas. I can't believe we've done like a full month into this new year already. But today is just going to be a quick shopping trip. I was out yesterday with my daughter. We went to both malls and one Walmart. Surprising, I didn't really buy very much. Actually, we were both malls and I only bought stuff from one mall. So I saw a lot of stuff I like, but so we were at what's this one from? Ardenne or Ardene? I don't know. It's depending on how you want to pronounce it. I think it's supposed to be Ardenne, but okay. So I found some shirts in the clearance. I'm gonna take my glasses off. Oh, the glare is bothering my eyes. Okay. So I'll start with this white long sleeve shirt. So you can kind of call that more like a little blouse that kind of ties up. It's so cute. I don't think, does it come undone? No, it is stitched. So it's just a pullover. It is so cute. They only had it in small or large. It was clearance, so I went with a large. Let's see, price tag here. So I got it for $9.99. Peel this back. The original price is $34.90. I know it's going to be really hard, especially backwards in my camera, I know. But, you know, like saying it was nearly $35 and I got it for $10. And then there's this one. So I had bought a Clueless ornament after Christmas and I hadn't realized how long it's been since Clueless has come out. So I guess they're just doing a whole new thing on Clueless. So I got myself a Clueless shirt. It seems so big. It's like an oversized, like I would consider it's like a men's medium large kind of. That's the size it says. There's the kind of size it looks like to me. It's actually just a medium. All they had were mediums. So I went with this one. And I got it for $7.99. The regular price is $26.90. Does my receipt even tell me what the original... Oh, my receipt does tell me. Oh, I was peeling off those stickers trying to find the original price, and the receipt actually says it. So that long sleeve shirt was originally $24.90. I got it for $9.99, which was a savings of $24.91. The Clueless t-shirt was originally $26.90. I got it for $7.99, a savings of $18.91. So my total was $17.98, then 90 cents GST, so I paid $18.88. And then it does, at the very bottom here, it does do a final calculation of how much you saved. So I saved a total of $43.82 just on 2 shirts. I mean, these are the type of receipts I love to show my husband, saying, I wait till it's on sale. Look, I only paid this, but look at how much I saved. I mean, if I bought this like a couple months ago, I would have spent, like over $60. And I spent under $20. Okay, and then we were at Walmart. Oops. I'm trying to find like Valentine Easter crafts. So I found this little kit at Walmart. So it says it makes one. I gotta put my glasses on to read this. So it was $2. It was just with their Valentine cards and stuff they have at the front of the store. Now I don't really know what it. I don't know. Wasn't really sure what how big it would be, what it's made out of. It just says it's a DIY bear kit. Makes one. And then I flip it to the back and it says includes brown pipe cleaner, 1 glue stick, 1 set of black eyes and a nose, 1 blue bow, 1 pair of black framed glasses, and 1 instruction sheet. So it's like one of those pipe cleaner crafts. So the pipe cleaner looks like the teddy bear. So you just get this long pipe cleaner. You've got to fold it to look like the little bear. I have seen these pipe cleaner, tutorials online, and I was always curious about it. But when I was watching them online, they just go so fast and they don't really explain. So this is going to have, step-by-step instructions. So you should end up with folding the pipe cleaner all around. You should end up with something that looks like a little bear. So for $2 and then GST, so it's $2.10 from Walmart. I thought worth a little crafting project, just a small one. And then today I had to take my husband to work and my daughter to work. So she's got a new job, so she's up in a newer area, like for where she's used to work. It's just a little bit closer to our house. So it's in the same parking lot as this other dollar store that I used to go to all the time. It's called A Buck or Two. Well, now it's called A Buck or Two Plus. Okay. I know they were changing their names and stuff. So I'll just, so I already have everything laid out because nothing was priced. So I've got everything laid out based on the receipt here. So I did get a couple packs, I guess 3 packs of the bobby pins. They are $1.65 a pack and you get 60. So I got the copper, black, and silver. My daughter was heading to work and she said her hair is falling out. She just trimmed her hair and now she's got a job where she has to have her hair up. So I saw these. These may not work for her. I have got other bobby pins. She might have bobby pins, but I don't know what she'd prefer for work for bobby pins. So they had these 3 colors. So I bought a pack of each color. Excuse me. So yeah, a pack of each color, and she can decide if these are the right colors for her. I've got this thing, and I don't know what it's called. Boodkin? I'm not quite sure. I was just looking at their sewing stuff. So it's these little things, and it says it's for threading, elastic, ribbon, yarn, etc. The other night, my daughter was washing her laundry, and the string from one of her sweatpants came out, and she asked if I could do it. And I said, oh yeah, sure. I just got to find a large safety pin, and I can do it. And then today I saw these, so I'm like, oh, this would be so much easier to work through. It's gonna be safe on the clothes. It's, I've never. I haven't used these since I took like sewing classes in middle school, so it's been a long time since I've used one of these actual tools. I usually just take, because I like just string it through, put the yarn through the holes, whatever, for backpacks and sweatpants. I always just use like a safety pin, or I'll tie it to a long, like, I had those knitting needles that had these extra little end pieces, and I even had this interesting knitting needle that actually had a little hole so you can actually hang it up. So I used to use those to kind of lace things through. So now I've got a set of these. And I say how much these were? This was, $1.35 for the set of 2. Okay. And I found these. I saw these the other day when I was with my daughter. I know, I'm like, Easter is coming. Now, if I would have known that this was the price, I probably would not have bought them today. But, whatever. So, these little toothpicks with the little crosses on them are called, they were $3.25, and you're getting 36. So, I will be honest, I would not have paid, $3 for a little pack of these, but I didn't know the price, so you just kind of set in the cart, and you just kind of like forgot to price check. Usually if I have a question like this, I always get them to double check and price check, but I was in a hurry this morning, so I kind of forgot, and I'm like, it's not a big deal, because I can go through and see some of the other stuff I got, as he kind of averaged everything out at the end. And then I did grab a pack of these as well for my daughter. They're the light pastel little ones. So you get like 1,000 of those little hair elastics. They just had it in these pastel colors or the vibrant neon colors. I know she preferred black or clear. I couldn't find any. So I don't even know if these would be even big enough for her hair. They are good enough for mine. So these were $1.65 and you're getting 1,000 ponytail holds. Okay, the next thing I bought was just a little splurge type item. It's a pepper core set. So it's got the 2 pieces, and so it easily removes the core and the seeds out of your peppers. Again, this was only $3.60. So I knew this wouldn't be that bad. I mean, based on some of the other kitchen stuff they had. So I decided, get this. It'd be kind of fun to try. We've got a lot of peppers to use up. And it's going to be so much easier when I like to do like my stuffed peppers. Okay, next thing, where is it? Okay, then next thing, this is what I said. Like, I got a whole bunch of these, which is why I wasn't too worried about, I said, noticing that I paid over $3 for these little things here. I said, overall, you're at the dollar store, their prices kind of vary. But it was these items here that, okay, I'm not sure. I just got to figure this out because I got one that's a different price. So I just got to, if I can figure out which prices they are. Okay, because 3 are one brand, 1 is the other brand. Okay, so they are sewing machine needles, which I need because I was trying to do some sewing and my needle broke and I don't know where my needles are. So I got this pack here, and it just says it's a pack of 4 machine needle, and they are a size 14. It should say what they're for. And this doesn't say. It just says it's suitable for all domestic and imported machines. But it doesn't say what it's for, so this must just be the basic standard sewing machine needle. So the 4-pack, these were $1.15. So $1.15. Then I got these other 3 packs. These packs all were $1 a pack. This one, you get 4-pack. Are these? Okay, I've got one that's a 3-pack. Okay, so this one here is a 4-pack. It says it sizes. Oh, this is a universal one. And so it says we get 1 size 12, 2 size 14, and 1 size 16. And it says this is ideal for, excuse me. Sorry about that. I was eating trail mix earlier. I think a piece of the peanut skin just got stuck in the back of my throat. Okay, so these ones. So yes, you get 112, 214, 116, and it says ideal for woven, natural, and synthetic fibers. So yeah, these are just the standard universal sizes. And then they got these other 2 packs. I'll do this one here. It's a 4-pack. This one says ballpoint. It's a 4-piece. Again, it says you're getting 112, 214, and 116. And this is ideal for cotton knits, interlock, rib knits, fleece, double knit, and sewing most knit fabric. Okay, so like I said, I'm just new to sewing and just trying to understand, different types of sewing needles and what they're for. So got that one, and then there was this last one here, and it's a pack of 3. So you get all size 16, and this one here, it even says denim on it. So it says ideal for denim fabric, heavy twill, workwear, and other densely woven fabrics such as canvas and heavy linens. So I am learning about the sewing needles and what they're best suited for, and I think that's why I broke some of mine. Is I was using the thinner needle was all I could find, and I was sewing some really heavy fabric, and so my needle snapped. But like 3 or 4 needles for $1, even the one pack for $1.15. You know, like, you can't get any better. And I'm going to say I've bought these kind from them before, and I've had no problem with them. I'm not sure, you guys. It's just, I don't know, just a generic brand. And then, let's see. Well, I found this little pack of these 4 glass squeeze droppers. I don't really know what I need them for, but I've never seen the glass droppers. How much are they? They were $1.85. So, like I said, I've never seen them. Like, they're not going to be kind that I can screw into a container, but, you know, I'm not quite sure what I would be using these for. I'm not into, like, using, like, alcohol paints or anything like that. So I'm more, maybe if I'm doing some of my essential oils, maybe I can get some, doing my soap and candle making, maybe I can use these if I go back to doing that type of crafting. We'll see. But, you know, $1.85, you know, can't really go too wrong with it. Grab the other last few items. Just gotta move them closer to me. Okay, yeah, a toilet paper holder. Okay, this was $2. The one that's in the main bathroom, it is dirty. I can't clean it. The spring is sticking, and I'm just gonna say, you know, I would like a new one, and I keep forgetting. And I was just grabbing some of the stuff. I was just walking down one of their aisles, and this was just sitting on one of the end, like the bottom. You kind of miss it, except I was just kind of scanning every shelf because I hadn't been there for a while, and I said I didn't care how much it cost. I have to get one. Then I got to also check the one down in the basement and see if it needs a new one. I decided just to buy one. I'm going to be back over there in a couple hours to get my daughter anyway, so I can always just grab another one when I go back. So yeah, so there's $2. And then I found this little mini cross stitch embroidery kit, and I thought it was so cute with the little buttons. And they had some other ones that were just sewing buttons on to make your pattern. I thought they were so cute, but I thought I'll start with this one. So when you're done, you're gonna end up with a jar, you know, with buttons, with real buttons embellishments. And I just thought that seemed like so cute. And this was $1.85. I didn't know how much they were. I would have bought the other. There was another one I really liked as well, and I would have grabbed it too, but I didn't know how much they were, so I thought I'm just going to grab one. I guess at under $2. Maybe I'll go back tonight and grab the other one. And then I also got, some of these gel cushions for your shoes. So each one does, you know, each one is one pair. So I got these ones here. These are called the T-shaped heel liners. I've never seen them like this. I guess you actually go in your shoe this way. So this is the top. So then your foot kind of sits on here, I guess. That's the way it kind of looked in the picture. Where it goes with cushions. I do have a couple shoes I love to wear to church, but I find that, you know, I had a whole bunch of these, and I got some new ones. So I took all the old gel inserts out of my shoes before we moved. I threw them all out. And I bought some new ones. I'm not sure where they are. They're still packed. I have come across a few here and there, but, so I thought, well, these were $1.75. Again, I wasn't sure the price. I thought I'll just buy one pack because I don't really know this design. I have got the ones that are just the basic, you know, like a moon kind of a shape, you know, like that arch right there that just kind of goes around the back part of your shoe to give you some comfort and stuff. I've never had any that had the extra piece that comes down, so I will see how these work. I guess I'll try them out tomorrow when I go to church, see how well they work. And I also got a new one of these ones here. They only had one of this kind. And these are for your flip-flops or sandals. They kind of like where I always find that this thing here sticks between my toes and it rubs sometimes. You just need, so then it's got this little cushion thing, and it comes up on that little part that goes between your toes, and it gives some comfort. And then I also find that these in some of my sandals, like with no backing, like I do need the back strap for just for walking, that these actually prevent my feet from slipping out of my shoes so much. So is it $1.75? Can't go wrong with these ones. Like I said, these ones I'm not sure about. I'll have to test them and see how well they work. And then the final thing I have from a buck or two was this little rocking horse, a little wooden rocking horse. You get to do your paint up yourself. So it actually has the price tag of $1.65. My brother and his wife, their first baby's due fairly soon. So I just thought, oh, this would be so cute of a craft. I can paint this to look, you know, a little decor piece, and I can write their little baby's name on it and the birth date. Just thought that would be so cute. So that was everything from a buck or two. So my total came to $29.80, $1.49 for GST. So total came to $31.29. And then I do have this thing here, and it says I saved 65 cents, and I don't know what on. Something went through. Oh, maybe this. Maybe this was on sale for 65 cents less because it's got this red sticker. It's the only one that has a red sticker. So I have no idea. But so I almost, just a little over $31 for all those items, which I said, like, puts in like this. When I'm buying a big amount of stuff like that from a dollar store, when you overpay for one item without realizing it, then you're getting some other items really, really cheap. Like I said, I felt it kind of like evened out. Even this was kind of like a don't really need it kind of a kitchen gadget. My husband says I have enough kitchen gadgets and stuff, but I've never seen anything like this. When you put it together with, like the other stuff, how much I have saved, or just, like, I mean, like if I bought a pack of sewing needles one time. I don't remember how many, but it was like $10 for a small pack. I just bought 4 packs for like $1 each, so $4 for 4 packs versus $10 for 1 pack. So you kind of like, I'm not really one to really be into like name brand type stuff. They're universal, they're gonna work. And then my last trip kind of today was Value Village. So this one's gonna be an interesting one. Because this one is a little bit, this is where it's going to get tricky going through this receipt, I will say. So Value Village has their, their savings card. No, Super Savers Club, that's what it's called. And so I had like $14 worth of points to use up. So I decided to use it up today when I saw my total. And so it's going to be tricky because to get my $14 off, they've taken a little bit off of each item. So I'm just going to grab this in the order that it was scanned because it'd be so much easier. Oops. Okay. I didn't need any more clothes, but I found a few things. So first is I found this nice long sleeve knit cardigan with pockets. I like these for around the house, or I guess if I'm doing nursery, sometimes the nursery is a little bit cooler, sometimes it's too hot, but this was $3.99. And then I have this shirt here. Okay, so just nice little shirt. This was $1.99. Then I found some other licensed t-shirts. So I found Wonder Woman for $3.49. And I found a Friends t-shirt also for $3.49. Now let's see, it's going to say that to get the $14 off. So on the purple cardigan. It says I saved $1.47 off the other t-shirt. I saved 74 cents off the Wonder Woman shirt. I saved $1.29, and off the let's see, is that right? I don't know, I'm just trying to figure this out because it's now not lining up. Yeah, I saved $1.29 on each of those two shirts, 74 cents on this one, and $1.47 on that one. Okay, and then I did find, I was kind of looking for like material because I just really want to kind of get back into sewing. So I found this one piece of material for $3.99. So it has these like block prints on here, which I figure I can cut out and add to other projects. It has some designs on here that are definitely not my style, I will say that, but I do know people who that is their style, so if I made something personalized for them. There's a lot on here that, there's a few on here that I really would use. So that was, I'm trying to find it now. Yeah, so I saved $1.47 on that one, I think. How was it? $3.99. So yeah, I saved $1.47 on that. And then I also found this winter flower embroidery kit for $3.99. So I saved $1. Looks like I saved $1.48 on this one. I don't know. Some say $1.47, some say $1.48. I've not made anything like this. This is actually like with like I do cross stitching, but I've never done the embroidery where you actually have it on that other type of fabric with the picture and you're just doing the outline. So you kind of know where you're embroidering based on, you know, the pattern here. So you're actually following an actual picture. I have never done anything like this. So for $4, I thought it's worth a try. And I also found myself a nice new backpack style purse. It's a nice color. I love bright colors. It is like a faux leather, faux suede, and it's got all the shiny embellishment stuff on it. It's in really good condition inside and out. I checked all the zippers were good. It is made by, I saw it now. Call It Spring. If I can get this in. It was made by Call It Spring. So this was $7.99 for this little purse. When I got home, I realized that it's got a little damage right there, which, you know, just need a little bit of yellowish paint. You know, it's this mustard yellow, and a little bit of glue to glue that down, and you kind of hide the damage. I've done that on purses, to be my own purses. Just a little bit of paint really similar to this and a little bit of glue to stick down where the faux leather kind of lifts up a little bit. It's got a few spots that need a little bit of cleaning on it. Otherwise, it's in like really good shape. I was surprised because I always check the lining, and the lining looks brand new. So like I said, I saved on that one. I saved $2.95 on that. And finally, the last item I got was a toy. I was just walking through the toy, past the toys to get from the bedding and sewing section to the purses, and I saw this, so I knew I had to get this. I'm just gonna clean it up, make it look really nice for my brother and his wife and their new baby. So this is all the alphabet blocks on here. So one side has the capital letter. You flip it over and it has a lowercase letter plus how to write it in cursive. So it's got the alphabet on this side. Oh, and also at the end of the alphabet also has if I can get to this. The last row has a few shapes, and then the company's little logo thing and their website. I thought was kind of an interesting thing. Teaching little babies that and how important YouTube is. I thought that was just really funny. Now, because I believe this is from Quebec, so it's, YouTube, but in French. That I just thought was so funny. But I'm just gonna clean this up, and it was $4.99, and then with the savings, I saved $1.84 off of this. So that would be cute. I will clean it up. Now, when I do give people toys that were either from my house or I did get secondhand, I always let them know. I'm not going to pass off a secondhand or gently used toy as a brand new toy. So, don't need anybody to say anything about any comments about that, because I've had comments in that in the past. I'm like, no, if I'm giving something to somebody and it is not brand new, I let them know. I also said, if it breaks, let me know, because then I feel bad if I give something that was secondhand and it broke. There are some items we don't really have to do that, but kids' toys is one of those things that it's like, I will let them know that I did get it at Value Village for about $5. I mean, and then this side here has the abacus. And not everybody knows how to count on an abacus. I do. I'm not going to explain that right now. The math person in me wants to explain how to count with the abacus. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so my total, where is it? Before savings was, I know it was, let's see. Where'd it go? Yeah, my total before savings was $37.91. I saved the $14 by cashing in my points. So my subtotal was $23.91. I had $1.21 in GST. So my total was $25.12. So that was just my quick shopping trip. Yesterday with my daughter, we went to, like I said, both malls and Walmart. Today I was at Value Village, a buck or two. I was at the mall as well. Actually, the only thing I got from the mall was my Starbucks. I didn't even go. I went into a few stores. I didn't buy anything at the mall. So I didn't actually, to be fair, I didn't even walk through the Dollarama at the mall. And I also purposely did not go to Marshall's at the mall, just so I wouldn't buy anything. But I went into a few other stores. Saw lots of things I want, and I've made a list of, I'm trying to make a list of what I would like for anniversary and Valentine's Day. But, that's what I was actually doing, was just making a list of things that I need. And so, again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribes to my channels and watches my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.